as an official. We are underway with this series tied at a game apiece. The Knicks control the tip. Knocked away. Hart tries to get it back. Johnson couldn't gather, and last touch out of bounds. Trigger man is Brunson. Get it in for Hart. 8 seconds to work with. One-on-one with McCollum. Hart. And McCollum gets a piece. Daniels leading the break. Johnson forced to kick it out. Daniels got a body bump, spins, couldn't finish at the rim. And Hart with the board.
Well, you've said that a lot in this series if you've been watching. That's his 28th rebound of the series already.
Towns misses from three-point territory. Atlanta came all the way back from a 14-point fourth quarter deficit to win game 2. Johnson wheeling, hangs off the rim, and Hart's got another rebound.
I'll tell you what, he has been all over the boards.
Brunson takes it at Daniels and scores. Daniels took a shot. No reaction from the officials. The Knicks on the board first.
Well, I'll tell you what, you want to be physical, and it's not just on defense. Jalen Brunson, a strong guy, wants to use his strength on the offensive end and trying to really get into C.J. McCollum right now.
Johnson loses his footing. Knock away by Hart. Shot clock is down to 3. McCollum. The jab, the jumper, splash.
Well, he just feels great confidence against Jalen Brunson. Knows he can get the shot over the top. The Hawks have targeted Brunson. They've scored 44 of their points against him in the series so far, one-on-one.
OG Anunoby. The corner jumpy is Mr. Corner 3.
He sure is. He led the NBA in corner threes made this year. And when they can get that shot, that's good offense.
And a 5-3 advantage for New York. Knicks scored just 15 points in the fourth quarter of game 2. That was their lowest mark all season in the fourth. Out front, Bridges dealing with Alexander Walker. Shot clock down to 3. The spin, the left hand, it doesn't go off the iron.
Well, Alexander Walker hasn't shot the ball well, and it's in my mind because he's taken a lot of those shots.
Another one? No, Anunoby missed it. 5-3 lead for the Knicks. Johnson shovel, Daniels inside, and he's fouled. Late whistle. That's the feeling where if it goes in, there might not be a whistle.
That's certainly what the fans think. Here's McCollum, but now at the line.
And the foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Daniels shoots it at 61% at the free throw line. The way it's set up when you defend an Atlanta Hawks team with the skill level of Johnson and Alexander Walker and McCollum, somebody's going to be free to take shots. The Knicks are comfortable with Daniels taking shots.
That's exactly right. And just like at the other end, Atlanta is going to be like most teams and be more comfortable with Josh Hart shooting the ball, even though he's had a great year shooting it.
5-4 lead for the Knicks. Bridges. He got caught in no man's land. Anunoby couldn't grab it initially. Hart steps out like a free safety to take it back. Hart, spin, kick. Bridges fires. Too strong. Towns couldn't grab it. Johnson does. Knicks out-rebounded the Hawks by 11 boards in game 2. The jumper off the rim from the side as Alexander Walker continues to search for his range.
He's 9 for 31 in the series now.
Brunson off the pirouette, shot clock at 10. Towns working against Daniels. Extra feed on Anunoby. They'll drive it, body bump. And Towns was held by Johnson.
I like it when Towns is closer to the basket. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. I thought he spent the entire fourth quarter of game.
Atlanta finished game 2 on a 15-6 run. Near turnover. And Hart hits the deck to come away with it. They're fighting for it, and he finds Anunoby. Drives, and he lays it in. That is a tremendous individual play by Josh Hart. High effort.
Well, Hart saved him a possession earlier in the game going to the floor, and here he makes multiple efforts to not only get him a possession, but to create a foul.
1 of 5 to open play. The Knicks are 3 of 7. Johnson defended by Hart. McCollum sets a screen. Timer down to 7. Daniels, ball fake on a jumper, tries to take it inside, dishes, Johnson turns, and 2 defenders are there. A foul is called with .6.
Wow, that was great defensive possession by the Knicks. On Jalen Johnson, he's averaging 20 a game, but he's had to work for everything, and some of them have been in transition. In the half court, he struggled.
Our upcoming national TV playoff schedule, Prime Video tomorrow. We've got you covered with Boston at Philly, Lakers in Houston, San Antonio and Portland. Game 3s across the board. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for more info.
I feel like this year, the first round has been more competitive than usual across the board.
You have 5 of the 8 series at 1-1. First time that's happened since 2014. Towns one-on-one against Okongwu. Kick it, Brunson. Little pick and pop for Anunoby. Misses on a 3-ball.
Just not a lot of movement there. The ball stayed on one side of the floor for New York. It's got to move a little better.
Johnson, those long strides to the rim, and it's out of bounds. The Hawks wanted a foul.
I think he did get fouled. Interesting no call there. Well,
maintain possession. McCollum gets it in for Alexander Walker. And that ball bounces off his foot. Anunoby drives it and slams it. Oh, gee, Anunoby attacking the hoop.
He's got 7 already. Two buckets coming in transition or scrambled opportunities.
McCollum. He contorts his body, couldn't finish it. Brunson waiting for his teammates with 3 Hawks defenders back. And now everybody gets on this end of the floor. Brunson lines it up. Can't hit the 3. Long rebound to Johnson. Daniels forcing the action.
Yeah, they want to be fast.
The Euro didn't affect Towns, but the Johnson 3 is good.
That's the pace that Quinn Snyder would like the Hawks to play at.
And we are tied at 9. Hawks went 24-17 at home this season. We mentioned how hot they were in the second half of the year. Anunoby, they'll drive it, and it was effective. Block going to the rim. Johnson dumps it off. Daniels lays it in. Another transition bucket for Atlanta.
Well, defense to offense is the Hawks' winning formula against the Knicks.
Brunson, extra, Anunoby, the corner pop, no. McCollum quickly up the floor. Fakes out Brunson, the floor goes! C.J. McCollum is a shot maker. 7-0 run for the Hawks.
Giving them a steady veteran presence who knows how to enjoy the stage, block out the noise, and guys, keep the focus on winning.
And Cassidy, you think about his journey from Canton, Ohio to Lehigh to the NBA. He seemed to really enjoy himself in the fourth quarter the other night as Brunson misses from 3-point territory. Hawks trying to add to their lead. Vincent is in along with Gay. No, now Gay will wait to check in. Okongwu stays in there. Deuce McBride for the Knicks and Robinson the changes. Back in, Johnson, shot clock winding down. He misses on the baseline delivery, and Robinson immediately grabs a board.
And then you take him long.
McBride has a Robinson screen. Thought about it. Swing for McBride with 9 to shoot. Knicks are down by 4. McBride, tough angle, short, tip in, doesn't go for Robinson, and he touched it last, out of bounds. Time right now for our live update, and it's presented by FanDuel. Point spread currently Atlanta -1.5. Anunoby on the bench. He has already taken 8 shots. Johnson misses on a 3-ball, and Kuminga there for the board. Nice denial, but Bridges made contact with Kuminga. So that's the third team foul against Mike Brown's squad. The Knicks are down to 27% shooting. The Hawks are not much better. They're at 33%. But they've made a couple of threes and they've gotten to the line and to the rim. Another bucket for Jalen Johnson.
Well, Hart was trailing him. He just curled and went to the rim.
And Gabe Vincent gets a piece of that, and it bounces off of Hart out of bounds. Nothing is working right now for New York. It's a 9-0 run. Daniels to Kuminga. He floats it home.
And that's off a dead ball. They just pushed it up the floor and attacked before New York got their defense set. Inexcusable for the Knicks.
And an 8-point lead for the Hawks. And Natalie Sago pointed in the wrong direction. She corrects it. The Knicks will retain with 12 to shoot, but they have gone ice cold offensively.
Well, only two guys have scored for New York. And one of them, OG Anunoby's on the bench.
Anunoby has 7 of the Knicks' 9 points. Brunson has the other 2, and Brunson tack on 2 more as he gets inside for the bucket. 17-11 Hawks. 3.5 to go here in the first. Vincent pumps and hits. 20-11 Atlanta. Half-court set here for the Knicks. Daniels gets the assignment on Brunson. Bridges trying to attack, loses his footing, turns it over.
5th turnover for New York.
Well, we spoke with Mike Brown prior to the game, asked him how will the team respond to a loss. He said, I don't sense any panic from these guys. They've been just going about their business from 3-point territory. And the 5 turnovers, as you mentioned, Stan. Kuminga swing. Shot clock down to 10. McBride there defensively against Kuminga. Okongwu sets the screen. Kuminga, the drive. He put it over Robinson for 2.
That's a tough shot right there.
And the lead has ballooned to 11 for the Hawks.
Kuminga had 19 in game 2 and was in their finishing line.
McBride misses on a 3-ball. It's 1 and done for the Knicks. The offensive struggles in game 2 fourth quarter have transferred over to game 3 first quarter as an offensive foul called as Gabe Vincent set the screen. Defensively as well.
Well, and look, they've done a great job with their roster. More than halfway through the season, the trades for McCollum and Kuminga have been huge for them.
Brunson, too strong. Offensive board, Robinson. Jordan Clarkson in the game as well, and now Gay is in there for the Hawks. Brunson one-on-one with Vincent. Takes it in for 2.
Well, Brunson against Vincent is a little easier. They've been playing him with bigger guys, with Daniels and Alexander Walker. When he has size, he's able to get over the top easy. Brunson's great in the paint.
And McCollum got tripped. That's going to be the 14th foul against New York. So the next one will lead to free throws for Atlanta. Did he get tripped or did he trip on his own?
In there.
Gay looking to give it up. Couldn't get it to McCollum initially. Now it's Daniels with 8 to shoot. McCollum. Back in, over McBride. He's got it.
Well, and he gives the too small sign. I do think they have to, when they get a chance, get more size on C.J. McCollum. His confidence against Brunson and McBride is very, very high because he knows he can just raise up over the top.
And Brunson draws the foul. First free throw attempts of the night as Kuminga and Robinson get into it. It was Daniels and Robinson who had an issue earlier in this series, and cooler heads prevail. Nothing extracurricular.
Now look, as you get deeper into a series, This is going to happen all the time. You just up against the same guys all the time. Mitchell Robinson really came into...
And Brunson at the free throw line where he shoots it at 84%. Hawks can hold for one. 13 seconds left. Knicks do not have a foul to give. They blitz McCollum with 2. Down to 3 seconds left. Kuminga. Again! The 3-ball rattles down. And Anunoby fires way off the mark. And the Hawks for Atlanta. 33-21 lead as we start the second quarter. Kispert in. Slam down! Gay with a big follow.
Well, the Atlanta bench so far has been outstanding. Kuminga already with 10 points. Gay's got 5. 3 from Vincent. They have over half the Hawks' points.
Shamet and Alvarado both in for New York. Towns tried to pass it out to Clarkson, out of bounds.
Towns on that one's got to come to a stop off at 2 feet and just go over the top of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Too unselfish right there.
Alexander-Walker, the swing. Gay again? No.
And a change for New York. Start of the second quarter the other night, both Brunson and Towns were on the bench. Tonight, Towns in here with Anunoby and 3 guards off the bench for New York.
Towns defended by Kispert. Towns makes his move. Big finish for Cat.
Well, that's what Cat's got to do now, and the Knicks have to set him up to do that. They've got to ride Karl Anthony Towns with this group.
Kuminga is fouled.
OG Anunoby wants a challenge.
He just looked towards the Knicks Golden State Warriors at the free throw line. And Quinn Snyder told us it was really a bit of a feel thing in the fourth quarter of Game 2.
Cassidy, what has Kuminga felt like in his new role here in Atlanta?
Yeah, when I asked Jalen Johnson that exact question, he summed up his presence best by saying he's a dog ready to be unleashed, and that's how Atlanta views his energy, athleticism, and edge. Kuminga brings this rotation. Quinn Snyder's message to him has been simple: defend, run, and attack, and he's embraced it, and it starts with toughness, he says. His mindset is to set the tone on defense, guys.
Clarkson gets it to go, +1. So the Knicks searching for something offensively other than Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. And you get a bucket from Karl Anthony.
13 shooting. McBride, Shamet, and Alvarado came into the game 3 for 19 and haven't made one today. Haven't gotten much out of that group.
Free throw shooting was an issue in Game 2 for New York. They went 17 of 27 at the line. A couple of big misses from OG Anunoby in the fourth quarter. McCollum, a lot of dribbling and a lot of scoring.
Wow. C.J. McCollum has had a lot of playoff success in his career. He's averaged over 20 a game. This is his 70th playoff game, but he's never really been the #1 guy. Now he is. He comes in averaging 29 in this series and has 9 already today.
And his ability to score in a variety of ways has been on display in this series. Anunoby, pump fake, it's going to cost them. They run out of time. 7th New York turnover of this first half.
Well, and I think the last 2 turnovers have in large part been Karl Anthony.
Resolved it. And the Hawks are up by 13 on the Knicks. McCollum gets through the first wave and he's fouled in 3-point territory. Right now it's C.J. McCollum's world. His former teammate in New Orleans, Jose Alvarado, called on the personal.
I think New York might want to think about either picks and either shoot the ball or go one-on-one at the bigs. Not working for him.
McCollum missed 2 free throws in the final seconds in Game 2. They still won the game. Another one coming for McCollum. Now the Hawks are up by 14. Atlanta averaged 118.5 points per game in the regular season, 3rd highest in franchise history. They had some good scoring teams in the past. This is their largest cushion, 15. Alvarado, Clarkson, Anunoby, Shamet, and Towns, the 5 on the floor for New York.
Can we get the ball over to Towns' side of the floor?
Shot clock is down to 7. Towns hasn't been anywhere close to it. Clarkson is going to take it and miss it for 3. Rebound, Kuminga, off and running. Met by Shamet, leave it, McCollum, off the mark. Leak out by Alvarado. Pedal to the middle, Alvarado lays it in, and the foul.
Great push. Good quick outlet by Towns. Alvarado, great pace to the rim.
Jose Al.
Well, Gabe Vincent's played in a lot of big playoff games in his career. Also, another guy that provides playoff experience to this Hawks team.
The lead is 12. Alexander Walker. Drive, kick, ball movement leads to Vincent. He takes it in, left hand no, and a foul. Gabe Vincent going to the free throw line. Bridges picks up his second.
To move the ball and attack.
Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Tap to watch games live. Track the stat line shaping this series so far. Go behind the scenes of the postseason in the Moments tab. Download the app today. Another one here for Gabe Vincent, now in year number 6. Previously with Miami and the Lakers. And he's fit in nicely. The attitude that he brings, physical defender. Made his way through the G League to get to this spot. 42-28, Hawks.
Tried to get the ball to Towns there, but deflected away by Kuminga.
It's Clarkson, fade away, doesn't go. Towns is there to collect it and finish it on the interior.
Well, he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and if you can't get it any other way, get it off the glass.
Alexander Walker, one-on-one with Towns. Couldn't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Hart. Hart push up the floor. Clarkson trying to get Bridges involved. The corner jump. No good. Johnson the rebound, trying to run. Alexander Walker lost it for a moment. Johnson is there to clean up the loose change. Nine points in 11 minutes for the All-Star Jalen Johnson. And the lead is back to 14. Hart goes down, needs help. Hart bounces, Alvarado breaks away for 2.
That's a great cut by Alvarado, and Hart just kept his poise on the floor, no panic, and found the cutter.
Knicks are going to make some changes. Next dead ball. Kuminga taken away. It was ripped out of there by Towns. Clarkson forcing the action. He's going to do it himself. Missed it. Rebound, Hart. Follow, no. Tip in, yes. Towns. 10-point game and a timeout. 6:58 to play. Kuminga and Gay and Vincent has been such a bolt and juice offensively. McCollum, nice defense there by Hart. McCollum tries to pivot. He fades and hits. Tough shot after tough shot. CJ McCollum is on a roll.
That was great defense by the Knicks.
46-34 Hawks. We approach the midway point of this second quarter. Knock away and a steal. Congo will go upstairs for the flush.
That's what Atlanta does at their best defensively. Force turnovers and turn them into points.
They were just trying to get Brunson the basketball. And another New York turnover. The spin and a deuce for Brunson. 13 now for Jalen Brunson. And that one comes up short. Okongwu. 48-36 Atlanta. McCollum switch back with Daniels. Brunson goes to work. Brunson off one leg. Comes up short. Daniels shoots it ahead for McCollum. And he stepped out of bounds on the sideline. Quinn Snyder wanted a foul call and having an animated discussion with Nick Booker.
That's 7 turnovers for Atlanta. New York has 8. But that's a dead ball turnover at least. Atlanta can get their defense set.
Back in 2025, the Knicks went to Detroit, won Game 3 in a 1-1 series as Bridges misses on the midi. Johnson, driving kick, Daniels, wide open look. Oh, slam down in one motion. Oh, Kongwu with a great.
Brunson on the switch. They got it once, he scored, and now Atlanta won't switch that one.
Johnson, foul is called. Deal of a claim in year 13 in the NBA. Out of the timeout, Daniel swings. Okongwu, air ball on a 3. Towns gets it ahead for Clarkson. Clarkson drives it and banks it in.
Clarkson's given him good minutes in this series. Scoring, getting on the offensive glass.
Alexander Walker misses on a 3-ball. And the ball is out of bounds. Knicks take over.
Alexander Walker having a tough time shooting the ball in this series.
He shot it at 46% from the field in the regular season and 40% from three-point territory. Tonight he's 0 of 4 and 0 of 2 from beyond the arc. 2 minutes to go. First half. McBride got a 3.
Now that one had to feel good for McBride.
And a 7-0 run has cut the Atlanta lead to 11. McCollum. Missed it on the floater. Get it ahead for Clarkson. He's got a runway here against Okongwu. And clear it for Hart. Clarkson goes to work. Clarkson off the zigzag, using the window. 9-0 run for New York.
There's a reason why that guy's one of the best bench scorers in the history of the NBA.
Johnson gets around Hart, couldn't put it down. Hart is there for the board. The Knicks are running. A 3-on-2 developing. Clarkson's going to take and miss on a 3-ball. And grabbed by Okongwu. Under a minute to play in this first half. Contact, down goes Alexander Walker, and the Knicks are over the limit. Hey, don't forget, Prime has got you covered to watch more than one game at the same time using our multi-view feature available on most devices. To access, click down on your remote and McBride cashes in on a 3-ball.
It's good to see the Knicks bench get going here.
It's an 8-point lead, a 2-for-1 here for the Hawks. McCollum crosses over, drives, and he tossed it right at McBride, who couldn't grab it. 10 to shoot. Alexander Walker trying to turn the corner. He does. Floats it high off the window. Hart comes away with the board. And the Knicks can hold for one. They have come all the way back, down by as many as 18. A late charge in this second quarter. The Hawks have missed their last 5 shots. Knicks trying to take advantage. 8 seconds left. Brunson defended by Daniels. Screen from Clarkson. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. McBride a fend off. McBride fires at the horn. And he comes. And Knicks are tied at a game apiece in this first round best-of-7 series. 58-50 Atlanta. Alexander Walker could not finish it, and OG Anunoby is there for the board. The struggles continue. Now 0 of 6 from the field.
He is 9 for 35 in the series.
Karl Anthony Towns with a purpose.
Well, there you go. Karl Anthony Towns has averaged 6 in the first halves, but 16 and a half in the second half.
Oh, Kongwu, string music on a three. (61-52) Atlanta. Bridges has been invisible offensively. 0 of 3 from the field. Towns tried to bounce it inside. It's a kickball against Okongwu. 14 to shoot.
Here Towns.
Brunson gathers. Brunson drives. Brunson finishes. Plus the foul.
Well, if I'm the Knicks, I'm going to ride the Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns pick and roll until I am sure that
3 assists. Towns has 10, Anunoby has 10. Brunson comes up short. They're 4 of 6 at the free throw line.
Well, they missed 10 free throws in game 2, a big reason that they took a loss.
McCullough. Slam down, and the follow rising up is Daniels.
It's his second offensive rebound. Amin Thompson, the only non-center who was a better offensive rebounder on the season than Dyson Daniels.
Brunson misses it from three-point territory. Daniels up the floor in a hurry. Johnson, extra. Alexander Walker got a three. And just like that, the lead is 12. Brunson tries the shake and bake. Swings for Anunoby. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Anunoby to Bridges, tracks it down in the paint, kicking around the perimeter. Hart, the spin, rips out.
He hasn't scored and Bridges hasn't scored. 2 starters not scoring.
Alexander Walker goes to the bank.
Wow.
8-0 Hawks burst. 54 over the Knicks.
In an early second half entry for Deuce McBride, trying to get a little more offense.
Check it with Cassidy.
Mike Brown was extremely vocal in that last timeout, expressing the need to get back in transition, having to be physical, and locating your guys immediately once they run. Guys?
Brunson slices, slammed down by Anunoby. The Hawks believe it was still on the cylinder. Pull up. Johnson misses on a 3-ball. Rebounded by Brunson. Swings, McBride steps into it. Short. Tracked down by Towns, saved to McBride. Anunoby fakes on a 3, takes it in, loses his footing, kicks for McBride. Shot clock is down to 5. Towns pops. Towns misses on a 3-ball, and Daniels has got the board. Towns ended up on his backside. He was looking for a call. The ball goes into the front row, and it's a foul called on Hart. The Atlanta lead is currently 13. It's been as large as 18.
Well, the Knicks' inability to make threes has been a big problem. I mean, 4 for 23. This is a team that was one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league this year.
Okongwu. McCullough on the offensive board, trying to take it right back. And a travel. Turnover, Atlanta.
And the Knicks were 6th in the league. Oh, I'm sorry. 4th in the league in percentage, 10th in the league in threes made, and they're 4 for 23 today.
That's 17%. Meanwhile, the Hawks are shooting the 3 at a 48% clip, 10 of 21. Towns goes to work against Okongwu. And a foul call. Towns slams it. Whistle was already blown. It's against Onyeka Okongwu.
I don't think Okongwu can guard Towns in the post or on the perimeter.
OG Anunoby going to work, and Johnson with the reach in. Excellent move by Nickeil Alexander-Walker to get the deuce. That ends the 11-0 run.
We heard it in the Quinn Snyder timeout earlier. They are seeking out Jalen Brunson and want to go at him. But Karl Anthony Towns getting aggressive here.
Towns is fouled by Okongwu. We mentioned that the Hawks are over the limit, so Towns is 2 of 2 at the line. He's got a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Actually led the league in double-doubles this season. Mohamed Gay will check in for the Hawks as we check in with Cassidy Hubbard.
Yeah, guys, Quinn Snyder had a very firm message to his team during that 11-0 run. He said, we got to keep winning in the trenches. He said, put your foot on their necks. We got to finish them, guys.
Well, they had an 18-point lead. You saw the makings of the run from New York at the end of the second quarter, and then Atlanta got the lead back to double figures, but the Knicks have answered.
The Knicks have played great here in the third quarter. Anunoby now on Johnson. Josh Hart was doing a great job on Johnson, but Mike Brown decided he couldn't guard both guys.
Go in reverse. Jalen Johnson gets the bucket.
Jalen Johnson, like Karl Anthony Towns, has been a lot better in the second half so far in this series.
Clarkson rejected by Daniels. The Atlanta lead is 6. Johnson takes it in. And excuse me, too. Brad Hill watching from the sideline.
That was a tough finish.
Part of the ownership group for the Hawks. Back in. Brunson spins and scores. 19 for Jalen Brunson. Back to a 6-point game. Alexander-Walker. Bottom for 3.
Did not have a basket in the first half. Has 4 of them here. 3 of them from 3-point range. 14 points now. 11 in the third. Give and go. Brunson. Spray it out. McBride, 10 to shoot. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. McBride going to work against Alexander-Walker, who digs in. Brunson looking for an opening. Brunson turns against the grain, an air ball. Towns trying to save. They run out of time. A shot clock violation. Awfully tough for Brunson on Dyson Daniels.
They can bring this lead to double figures. Johnson off the switch. Anunoby, the double. Kick diagonal. Vincent missed it. And Gay taps it over to Anunoby. We approach 4 minutes to go in the third. Quick first step. Anunoby is fouled by Gay.
The Knicks just living at the line here in the third.
A title with the Raptors in 2019. Defensively, he is so valuable because of that 7'6" wingspan and the switchability.
He can guard literally anybody on the floor. Josh Hart's going to come in for Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks going without a center, very small. Anunoby, the biggest player on the floor. But Atlanta really doesn't have a center. Mo Gay is the 5-man. And my guess is Town coming out now, even though he's having a big third quarter, to bring him back in at the start of the fourth with Brunson on the bench, rather than having both of them on the bench like they did in game 2.
And that is going to be a turnover, a travel double dribble by Daniels. Hawks still missing Jock Landale out with that high ankle sprain. He would certainly have had an impact in this series up front.
Yeah, it was a big loss for them.
7-point lead for the Hawks. Brunson mismatch with Gay. Vincent was lurking. Hart fires short. Long rebound out to Daniels. Initiating the offense, Johnson. Cut off there by Clarkson. Daniels takes and makes a 3.
Now, that's generally not his strength, but he has 11 rebounds and 5 assists to go with now 8 points.
And the lead is 10 for the Hawks. The lane opens up for Brunson, and then he bounced it off of Johnson. Turnover. Hawks are running. Johnson sizing up Hart. Drives, hangs, missed it, and a foul.
that's going to be on Anunoby on the drive.
9%. 20th overall pick in 2021 out of Duke. Played just 13 games that season.
And that's why he went lower in the draft. I think going into that year at Duke, he was thought of much higher, but just didn't play much.
Yet, and ended up leaving the program. 82-71. Hawks, 3 minutes to go in the third. Brunson trying to work free. Had it knocked out of his hands. Turnover. Loop it ahead. Kuminga can fly.
Defense to offense, so big for Atlanta.
And the lead is back up to 13. McBride one-on-one with an excellent defender, Daniels. 8 to shoot. Clarkson. He'll take it at Vincent. Stop. 6 with the play. That won't go. Tip-in from Anunoby.
Well, the Knicks dominated the offensive glass in game 2. They've got to get back to doing that on a very consistent basis.
Anunoby tries to wall up on Kuminga, and it doesn't matter. Kuminga connects on the turnaround.
Now, Anunoby came over to help because Brunson was on Kuminga.
15 for Jonathan Kuminga. Brunson, the spin, stripped to the ball. Daniels had it knocked out of his hands. Knicks have time here, 8 to shoot. Anunoby, hard drive, and he finishes, plus the foul.
And that was a bad foul by Jalen Johnson, and he knows it right now, upset it himself. He got beat. There was no way to stop the layup.
And the points in the paint have shifted back to New York, 44-28.
Right, and the fast break points are something Atlanta needs. Hart back on to McCollum now as he comes back into the game.
McCollum, good help there by Towns. Daniels fakes on a pass, swings it now for Gay. Confident shooter, no! Off the mark, back tap though, controlled by the Hawks. Kuminga the pull-up pop. And Hart knocks it over to Towns. 1:18 to go in the third. Hart drives it, and he's fouled. Kuminga can't believe it.
And we're getting a lot of Hawks want Quinn Snyder to challenge this. They look pretty vertical there. The Hawks are plus 13 in Kuminga's 16 minutes of action.
This is a team that went 18-2 from mid-February to early April as Daniels had it swallowed up. 1 minute to go in the third. Brunson drives and scores. What touch as he takes it to the rim. 21 for Jalen Brunson. 8-point game. Knock away by Anunoby. Turnover.
Dyson Daniels with 2 bad offensive plays in a row.
Towns straight to the rack. Missed it. Ball knocked out of his hands. Towns has got it. Fakes on a 3. And stripped to the ball. Turnover. McCollum is running. Fend off against Hart. The jump shot is short. McCollum follows it. Nearly gets the roll. He is going to the free throw line. Outstanding effort from C.J. McCollum to earn a C.J. McCollum, 58 points in the first 2 games of this series. That's the second most in the first 2 playoff games for a Hawk. And it's only behind Trae Young, who did it against the Knicks. 62 points back in 2019 in that series. 10-point lead. First points of the second half for McCollum.
Josh Hart's done a terrific job on him. That one, obviously, Hart was not on him.
There is a 1.5-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Hart defended by McCollum. High screen from Towns. Towns drives and scores on the corkscrew. 5 seconds left. Kuminga up the floor. 2 seconds. 1 second. Kuminga short at the buzzer.
Knicks again open the fourth quarter without Towns or Brunson. Both of them on the bench right now.
Alvarado misses on a 3-ball. He's joined by Bridges, Robinson, Hart, and McBride. McCollum. The jump shot is off. Okongwu trying to grab it. And it's out of bounds. Hart got in there to jar it loose. Last touch by Atlanta. So no Brunson and Towns right now to start the fourth. They played to a 30-30 draw in the third quarter. McBride one-on-one. Inside the arc. He's fouled by McCollum.